Hello everyone, Shane here from McGinley Motors, and today I'm just going to do a quick tutorial video to demonstrate how Volvo's 9.5 inch Sensus Connect display here operates. So if I just power on the car, I'll be able to demonstrate all the functions and where everything is and how everything works. So this here is the display that's been used now in the S90, the V90, the XC90, the new XC60, and of course the upcoming XC40. So once this whole thing has loaded up here, you can see it defaults to this screen here. Now there's three screens to choose from. There's little dots up there to display or tell you which one you're in at any given time. So we're going to start off here with the very left screen. So this is your applications. So at the very top, it's everything to do with the radio. You got your AM and FM frequencies, your digital radio. You can also select your favorite radio stations if you have anything saved to your favorites from here as well. You also got, of course, your Bluetooth, USB, iPod connectivity, and auxiliary to select from there. So down below that, once you have your phone connected, you can operate your SMS text messaging from here, but we don't have any phone connected to this car, so it's just telling me that the service is currently unavailable. You can also look at your car status. You can monitor your own driver performance. You also got the download center for your applications. So you got your system updates, application updates, and so on from here. And if we actually just go back, you also can access your satellite navigation from there as well. And then down here at the bottom, you got all your apps to do with your phone. So once you have your phone connected, you can access these. So you got Spotify, weather, tune-in radio, wiki locations, your Volvo ID, and everything is located there. And also, if you choose to get your car with the optional Apple CarPlay, it will be displayed down here in this screen as well. So if we go to the middle screen here, the default one that you see when the vehicle starts up, you got your navigation, radio, phone, and again the download center is located there. So in the navigation, you got your map here, you got your two icons for set destination and maximizing the map screen. And you also can access your radio and phone from them little icons located down there. So in set destination, you can either type in an address there, or if you want to scroll in letters, you can do it from here. And when I scroll in the letter L, it just gives me all the destinations with the letter L, in them. Well, actually, if we just go back out of that, you can just stick with the more traditional keyboard if you find that easier. And if you have recent destinations or past destinations already on the system, you can access them up here from your recents, favorites, and in the library as well. And also, if you go into points of interest, we'll just click points of interest near the car, and it gives you categories. So accommodation, automotive, bar and restaurant, healthcare, public facility and services, shopping, sports and leisure, as well as tourism and culture and transport. So for example, if we go into automotive, so border crossings, car parks, fuel stations specifically that do diesel, rest areas. Maybe I want to find a Volvo dealer, and sure enough it tells me that McGinley Motors is there, as well as other Volvo dealers in the country. So if we just close that, you can maximize the map, as I said, and it's a very nice display. Of course, you got all the street names located there as well. You also got a digital compass, and you can view in 3D or standard 2D if you wish. So the navigation system is lovely. It's very simple and easy to use. It's very easy to input destinations and to save them. So if we come out of the navigation, you can go through your radio stations from here. So we got all our stations located here. You also got your library, again with all the stations, and the little star means you can favorite a radio station. So if I just favorite iRadio, and then I click favorites, there it is. And you can also search your radio stations by genres as well if you wish. And if I actually just go out of this here and scroll back over to where we were earlier, there's your radio favorites like I was talking about. And if you want to get rid of one of your favorites, just go back into FM, back in the library, find the station, and just remove the little star. And it's as simple as that. And then you also got manual tuning, so you can use little arrows if you wish, or you can just scroll the little slider over and back yourself and then when you find your station, again, you can just hit the little star to favorite that. And so you also got your Bluetooth phone here. Now this is very simple and straightforward. When you want to pair your phone, just click add phone, pair it like you normally would, and then you can access your contacts, your recent call log, your keypad, and if there's more than one phone paired with the car, you can swap over phones from here as well. And again, we got the download center, which I was talking about earlier. And on the final screen here, you got your car functions. So traction control, the engine start stop system. You can also put your windshield wipers into the service position. You can also pull up the reversing camera from here as well, and you can choose if you want the guidance lines on and off, or if you want the parking sensors on and off. And you can also zoom in as well. Now this reversing camera, I don't know how well it shows up on my camera there, but it's excellent in quality, very sharp. And you can also access your cornering lamps. So this car has LED front fog lights. So the cornering lamps, if you're not familiar with them, when you're driving at night, for example, and if you turn right, the right cornering lamp will illuminate to help you see around the bend a lot easier. It just illuminates it for you. So if you want to turn on off that function, you can do it from here. And then you got a few other things. You got your reduced guard, you got your lane keeping aids, private locking, your road sign information, for example. So it will tell you up here on the 12.3-inch digital display on the bottom left the speed limit for the road that you're on. And you can also turn on off the parking sensors and power fold the rear headrest from here. So the car functions are very simple and basic and easy to use. Everything you could want is here, and it's just very easy to access and to operate everything. So next thing to talk about is the heating and climate controls. So this car has heated seats. We got 3-stage heated front seats located here, and this car also has the heated steering wheel. And as you can see, little orange icons come up there to tell you which heat setting you're on, and then just got the heated seat for the passenger. And then you got your temperatures located here, so you can use the plus and minus to navigate through the temperatures, or you can just scroll up and down, and you can also synchronize the temperatures for the 2 zones. So if we just turn that off, there's one little thing I want to show you about the climate control. If you're driving along and you don't want to be fiddling with the touch screen to get your temperature, you can press the little button, the voice command button on the right hand side of the multifunction steering wheel, and you can adjust the temperature from there, as I will now demonstrate. Set the temperature to 18 degrees.
Temperature set to 18 degrees.
And as you can see, it just changed there. And of course you've got your basic climate controls here, your front and rear defrost, your heated windscreen, and your different fan speeds as well. So if we just close that, we're going to click this little icon now here on the top of the screen. So you got 3 things here. So we're going to start off with profile on the very right. So you got 3 profiles here, 1, 2, and guest. So if I just click guest, for example, and hit confirm, the seat and the mirrors adjust and change into whatever you have them set up for that given profile. So this is very useful if you have more than one person driving your car. Now if you're the only person driving your car, then you're probably never going to need to make use of these profiles. But if you got somebody else driving them, they can set up the seats, for example, using the memory settings for themselves. And it just means that when you get back into your car, you don't have to be fiddling around with the seats and the mirrors. You can just set everything up and save it into a profile. So I have my settings personally saved into profile 1. Hit confirm, and the seat and the mirrors adjust and go into the profile that I set. So when this loads up now, we will go into the owner's manual. This takes a second. So owner's manual will just illuminate now. Go into that, and it's just going to load it up now. So in here you got your you got a quick guide. You can also look through the exterior and interior features. So everything you could possibly want to know about your vehicle, you can find it from here. So if you want to look at something specific, you can go into the little search bar there, and you can type in whatever it is you're looking for. And when you're in one of these fields, if you click these lines here on the top left, you got your menu here. So we'll hit start and go back to the main menu. So to demonstrate this, let's go into the exterior. Maybe there's something about the outside of the car that I want to know. So you got 3 screens here. So you got the front of the car, rear side, and the very rear of the vehicle. So if I just hit this little circle here, so I want to know maybe about the park assist camera. And once you click into something, this little guide will come up here and it will tell you in depth about anything you could possibly want to know about your car. And it has little images and everything is labeled. So if you're not very familiar with these kind of systems in cars, if you're coming out of a relatively old car and you're worried that you might not be able to figure out any of the stuff, just go through this little menu here and it'll tell you everything in depth and a good long article about what you could possibly want to know about your vehicle. And then to go back, just hit this, and maybe I want to go into the interior this time, so I can just click it from the little shortcut here. And there's 4 screens here, and anything, as I said, that you want to know is displayed here. So center display app view, so go into that. Sorry, I clicked out of it, did I? Go into that there, and again there's your little Apple CarPlay icon that I was talking about earlier. Everything you could possibly want to know. Basically it's like this video that I'm doing here, but displayed in this. So for example, and again it goes in depth and it tells you everything you could possibly want to know about the system. So if we go back out of that, back to the start menu, there's one more little thing I want to show you. This app here, you can actually download it on your smartphone. So when you download it, you can look at the guide for the S90, the XC90, basically the entire Volvo range, but obviously this car being an S90, you can only look at the S90 owner's manual. So if I just go into my phone here, as you can see, I have it downloaded and it's called Volvo Manual. So you just find that in the App Store, and everything you could possibly want to know about your car, as I said, it's the exact same display as what's on that screen there, comes up here. And when you start up the app, you can select model and choose which Volvo you want to look at and navigate through. So if you bought an XC90 for example, and you're sitting in your house and you want to know about a few things, you just click into it, and exterior, interior, whatever it is you want to know about. So as I said, that app is located just there in the App Store. Very easy to find it if you want it. So finally, if we just go into the settings here, this is the settings for basically every single aspect of your car. So you got My Car, you got your sound settings, navigation, media, communication, climate control, and your system settings here as well. And in the system settings, if we go back into the driver profiles, you can actually change the name of your profile here as well. And you can also import and export your profiles via USB if you wish. So if we just go back again, go into My Car, and let's go into displays and themes. So this is where you can customize how you want the digital displays on this screen and the driver's display to look. So you got glass, minimalistic, performance, and chrome rings, and your center display if you want it bright or normal. So I'm actually going to take the camera off the tripod there, and I'm just going to show you the digital display here and show you how all them themes look on it. So this here is the standard glass theme. That is minimalistic, and performance, which gives you very nice sporty red gauges and chrome rings. So we'll just go back into glass. And once again, as I said, in the settings, there's so many things to adjust and choose from here. You can adjust your lights, your exterior mirrors for example. If you want the mirrors to tilt in reverse, you can turn that on and off from here. Or you can even choose if you just want the driver's mirror or the passenger mirror to tilt in reverse, as well as your auto dim functions as well. So it's very, very in-depth. I mean, there's nothing in this car that can be adjusted from this settings system here. Actually, just go into the seats. You can fold the rear headrest using that icon as well. You probably heard them fold down just there. And so going back out of that, I think that is pretty much everything I wanted to cover in this video. This screen really is a bit like an iPad. It's just one big screen, and then you got your main back slash home menu button located there. It's a very simple, intuitive screen to use, not particularly complicated in any way. So as I said, just to recap, you got all your applications on the left, got your main functions located here in the middle, and on the right you got your car functions, everything you could possibly need to know there. You got your climate controls and heated seats located down there, and on the very top here, settings, owner's manual and profile. So you should be able to figure this system out in no time at all, especially if you use the owner's manual. So folks, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you again in the next one.